Hi, Agent Smith. Just getting stream stuff set up right now. So 1 second, sorry guys. I'm doing alright. Hi Milo. Finally got the fucking game to install. Played a couple matches, but figure if I'm gonna be not working in the video for a little bit, I might as well go ahead and stream while I do it. I wasn't gonna pick the game up today, but I figured I can just trade a bunch of games in and get $10, so I did. It's also a campaign mission I heard about that I'm very excited to play, so I decided I would probably go ahead and keep this game instead of renting it. I traded in like Forza 7 because that's in Game Pass now, and they still are giving you $10 in trade credit for it, which is hilarious. This is not MotorStorm Pacific Rift, you are correct. This is the Xbox One X version. So, it looks okay. Frame rate's a little choppy, which I don't really get considering it can run at native 4K, but it can't run at 1080-60, which doesn't make any sense to me, but looks pretty decent, honestly. If it ends up like Modern Warfare, that's a good thing, 'cause I fucking love Modern Warfare. Ben, Reykjavik was actually talking about this yesterday, because apparently there's this dude that comes through his chat. What the hell is going on in the loading screen? I'm watching the best play through. Alright. This dude that comes through his chat and or his comments and complains every time he plays a racing game. I actually still really think Modern Warfare is a great game. I'm really happy with how that entire game has panned out. So I'm if this ends up going the same way, I am super satisfied with that. I have gotten easily 500 hours out of Modern Warfare in the last year. So. There's someone below me. Ah, shit. Titanfall 2 probably is better, yeah. I have Titanfall 2 installed right now, actually. It's, right there. This does have your normal, you know, Treyarch bullshit going on. But overall, I think it's pretty okay in terms of balance. There's not as much stupid bullshit as there was in Black Ops 4. Which makes me optimistic about it, because I feel like most of the things that are broken are either things I'm going to get used to, things that I'll figure out how to counter, or just things that are no more broken than they were in Modern Warfare. Which I think Modern Warfare's balance is ultimately fine. As much as everybody bitches about the shotguns and such, I think it's okay. As long as you're playing on the good maps, which are the ones that nobody plays, so. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think that, Shipment is the worst Modern Warfare map. And Rust as well shouldn't be in the game. But that's my opinion. That's a turret. And I'm gonna switch to the rifle, because SMGs don't seem to like this map very much. Jesus. I did too well in my last game. Skill-based matchmaking is still in full effect in this one, and it's, I'm paying for it. This does look like a particular Battlefront map, you're right. I thought the same thing when I played it. It's just the way the there's like a certain soft look to the canyons and such in these games that make this look exactly like Battlefront. Modern Warfare, if you are good enough, every weapon is decent. I have friends that got Damascus very early on, and they kind of agree with me that it's mostly, like, yeah, sure, shotguns are a little stupid, but I don't think unreasonably so. But I was top 1% for the first couple months of Modern Warfare being out, in terms of, like, the leaderboards. So, like, I played enough of it where I got good with everything. So I knew how to counter, like, the bullshit strats that people used. I hear you, bastard. Hello, Scarlet. I love you. You are a good friend. I have not played a game on controller, like a first-person shooter multiplayer on controller in several years. The last one I played on controller was Infinite Warfare. Everything since has been on PC for me, so I'm still very much getting used to using a controller for aiming again. It looks very nice. I wish it ran a little smoother, and when I get a Series X, it probably will. But, yeah, it looks pretty nice. It just looks like Modern Warfare, which isn't a bad thing. Modern Warfare looks fantastic. It's fucking trophy systems. I could plug a keyboard and mouse in, but that's a lot of work. We joined this partway through. I have some complaints. It's probably that a lot of the bugs that were in Modern Warfare at launch are here as well. Like, the stuttering cutscene shit in the campaign from Modern Warfare is in this game, and that's irritating. Would I consider trying out controller gyro aiming? I would. I'm on Xbox. I don't think I can use it. If I could, I would, though. Because gyro aiming is actually really awesome for making small corrections if it's configured correctly. Do not care about this. Actually, I do want that back. I want the Spaz 12. Hi, Inferno. You know, gaming. I don't understand the dubstep synthwave bullshit going on here. Camping was encouraged, quote unquote, but again, it's one of those things that if you, the skill ceiling was high enough that if you knew what you were doing, you could shit on the campers. It wasn't something like it was some unbeatable tactic. But that's also just me. I play a lot of shooters. I've got thousands and thousands of hours in competitive shooters like COD and Counter-Strike. Like, people think I only play racing games, but I primarily play shooters. So, I don't think I had too much problem with it myself. I can understand, though, from someone that doesn't play the game like as much as I did, though, being frustrated with the camping. So, I think this game is definitely, if you didn't like how camping was encouraged, quote unquote, by the meta in Modern Warfare, you might like this game better, because this game does have a higher time to kill. And it seems to me, at least early on, the weapons don't seem to be as good at range as they did in Modern Warfare. Although I am talking about on controller. I have not played it on mouse yet. I did briefly, but didn't unlock anything. Gyro aiming for looking around on racing games? That actually sounds pretty nice. Because using the right stick is distracting. I see you. I know you're there. Oh, your teammates killed him. Okay. How's New Records? You haven't played it since Black Ops 2? Alright, well, you haven't played since Black Ops 2. Let me go through a recap for you. Ghosts was good, but forgettable. Because it was basically just Modern Warfare 3 again. Advanced Warfare is underrated. I really liked it. I think that people hate on it way too much because it wasn't what they wanted, and also kind of got overshadowed by Titanfall. Being the best movement-based sci-fi first-person shooter on the market at the time. Hey, bastard. Alright. What was next? Next was Black Ops 3. Wasn't a fan. It was more Titanfall than anything. Wasn't bad, though. I think it was okay, but I wasn't that much of a fan of it. I definitely preferred it to Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 was so fucking awful. Leon, I don't mean, like, in, like, the general market term. I mean in terms of public reception and how people talk about the game today. When COD fans talk about Advanced Warfare, I think it's trash because of, like, all the changes it brought, and the monetization was pretty shitty, too. So I definitely get that, like, the community not liking it. But I think that in terms of when people think of, like, 2013-14 movement shooters, they don't talk about Advanced Warfare because they're talking about Titanfall, which had a lot of the same concepts as far as, like, the movement, just done better. So, yeah. Black Ops 3 was, okay, at best, I would say. But it had a lot of the starting of things that went to shit in Black Ops 4 that I fucking hated. Then, what was next? Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare, I've not played the campaign of, though I hear it's very good from friends. I want to play it sometime soon. Maybe after I finish this one. To do a video in mind about Call of Duty campaigns at some point in the near future. So I'll probably play it for that. I played a lot of Infinite Warfare. And that game was new. I've probably played more of that than any new COD until Modern Warfare. Infinite Warfare was decent. I think it was a really fun game. I think it was mostly well-balanced. Yeah. That's all I really have to say about it, because I haven't thought about it much. It's kind of the same situation as Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, though, where it's like, was the futuristic movement shooter bullshit. And, again, good mechanics, cool mechanics. I want to see more of them, but because it wasn't what the community wanted, because they messed it up, they went too hard too fast with Advanced Warfare. And so they just, at that point, like, it doesn't matter how good the movement in Infinite Warfare was, it was gonna be a bad reaction. What was next? Black Ops 4. Right? No, World War II. World War II was next. World War II was, I rented it from Redbox. I beat the campaign in 5 hours. I played the multiplayer for like an hour and a half. Said I'm good, and then didn't play it again. So, to do with that what you will. Black Ops 4. Blackout had some promise. I think that everything Treyarch did with Black Ops 3 and 4's themes and style and like the writing and the world building and the characters was just absolutely abhorrent. Not like offensive or bad in like a this is like not like offensive or bad, like this is bad for the industry type of way, and like I think the art style is awful. I think the art style was just completely directionless. I think that the fucking characters were stupid. I think that the character abilities were stupid. The stun weapons and shit in Black Ops 4 are just absolutely inexcusable. The automatic shotgun in Black Ops 4 is absolutely inexcusable. I just stunned myself, that's cool. So yeah, fuck Black Ops 4. Worst game in the franchise, by far. I'd rather play it over World at War Final Fronts, but that's probably about it. And I also don't like zombies at all, so I don't... That didn't have any weight on my decision there. I'm sure that mode was fine if you like zombies, but I don't. Modern Warfare 19 is the best Call of Duty game, and I will stand by that opinion. And I loved the older ones. 19 is the best game. I also think Modern Warfare 3 is underrated. I think the maps are too boring. That's kind of what made it a little bit boring to play for most people. I don't like the maps in that game back in retrospect. Yeah, Inferno, honestly, those games are literally like $2 at GameStop. I don't know where you are in the world, but at least in here, like, Advanced Warfare has been $5 or less in GameStop since 2016. And I know you can get copies of Infinite Warfare for $5 at like dollar stores and shit. What was that I saw? Yeah, I personally just, like, I guess experiencing World at War Final Fronts today is just, like, one of those things where, like, you can't have the intended experience. You can't have the experience of, like, playing it for the first time when it's all you have. So, I don't blame people that grew up with it for liking it. I just don't. I'm not high. I have an opinion. That's what I have. When were the DS and COD ports happening? Are the DS and Wii COD ports? I'm not sure. The Wii ones could happen whenever I feel the drive to play them. I'm still missing, I think, World at War, but I have the other ones. The DS ports are a little more complicated because the thing is, playing the DS COD games in an emulator is very difficult. Because you basically have to have a touch device and figure out how to make that playable and feel good while also having directional pads and buttons and stuff like that. So if that's ever gonna happen, it's gonna be when I can find one of those units they use. Like, I don't remember what they're called, but they're like capture units. They're basically just like a fat DS tethered to a box, and it's like a capture device. That's probably what I would use. I disagree with you, man. I think Modern Warfare's multiplayer is the best the series has felt in years, but only on a keyboard and mouse. And I don't think that your point of it being about Warzone first is correct, because Warzone wasn't even with the game when it came out. I think the game was intended to be an ongoing multiplayer thing with multiple facets of content. And I think that as a whole package, the game is great. That's my opinion, though. And if you like it, if you don't like it, your deal. People love Black Ops 4. I'm like, power to you. Play what you enjoy, man. It's not about what I think about it. It's just opinions. But I personally think that Modern Warfare is the most fun I've had played in a Call of Duty game ever, and that includes hundreds of hours of Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1 and Black Ops 2 back in the day. COD Mobile is actually surprisingly decent for a mobile game. If they had that when I was a kid, playing fucking Modern Combat from Gameloft on the iPod Touch 2nd generation, I'd be all over that shit, because it's so much better than what we had 10 years ago on mobile. And the fact that, like, these publishers are making competitive shooters or battle royale games work on mobile with people on other platforms where, you know, basically, say what you want about Fortnite. I don't play it. I don't have an opinion about the game itself. Say what you want about Fortnite. The fact that anybody in the world, basically, that has access to a phone, a computer with somewhat recent specs, any of the game consoles, can just pick it up and play with friends no matter what console or platform they play on, even if it's a phone, then yeah, absolutely, that's incredible. And I think that's the future, is crossplay. That's why I like what they're doing with the new Call of Duty games, where you can play them on any platform. That's why I feel bad about picking this up on console, because I prefer to have physical discs of games. I prefer to play games with the controller in my bed on my big TV when I can. But playing with friends is more important to me, which is why I have Dirt 5 on PC and not Xbox. Yeah. COD Mobile was dank. I had the last fun. I can't remember. Yeah, it was pretty fun when I played it. I dabbled in the RTS market. Not really. I've played a little bit of StarCraft. I've played Halo Wars at launch. Would you say mobile could stand out a console game? It seems to bring the core mechanics on iOS and Android platforms without compromising it. It's definitely a little bit compromised. I think the biggest thing is that they would have to figure out how to make it so you're not playing against bots half the time, because it just fills your lobbies with bots, and there's more than enough players in the world to play it with only humans. I don't know why you can't play it with only humans, but you get placed against bots like every other game. Definitely need to make it a little more complex to work on a controller for anything other than just like out of necessity, though. This is Cold War, not Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 is awful, but if you're talking about Cold War, I'm liking it so far. I've only been playing for about an hour and a half, 2 hours of multiplayer. I'm liking it so far. I don't have any major complaints. I think that if you did not like Modern Warfare, you will probably like this, because it is the good parts about Modern Warfare that everybody appreciated. So being more grounded, no more, you know, fucking stun gun kills, like stun gun weapons that make you crawl on the ground for 30 seconds. No more just awful, like, you don't have to stim to heal anymore. It's not Black Ops 4. And that's the best thing I can think of, and that's not a knock against this game. I fucking hated Black Ops 4. But this game is slower than Modern Warfare. The maps seem to be a more traditional 3-lane for the most part. They do have some open areas. They're like Black Ops 1 maps, though. They're not. It's not like you're playing Modern Warfare maps. Like, these maps very much remind me of, like, this makes me think of not what's the other snow map in Black Ops 1? Is it Array? I don't think it's Array. That one. Then there's also, the Cartel map makes me think of, fuck, what was that map? What game was it even in? I think that was in Ghosts. That one with the train yard and Ghosts. People behind me. Okay, yeah, I figured as much. Honestly, I don't know where you are in the world, but if you live in America, because I actually did this by accident, get a GameFly trial. It's free, and you can just rent the game for a couple days and see how you like it. I actually, before I knew I could get this game for $10 this morning, I actually rented it on GameFly, and I got a notification as I got home this morning with the game that it, had shipped from GameFly, so now I have 2 copies of Cold War until I ship that back. Brazil? Yeah, that's gonna make it a little more difficult. I don't know if y'all have any rental stores anymore. It's also gonna require a hefty fucking download for you to play this online. I know it's kind of the case for everything, but I know the internet isn't stable everywhere in the world, and Brazil, especially with gaming, is a bit of a pain in the ass with the current gen stuff, so. What do I think about Metal Gear Solid 5? Fucking love it. Metal Gear Solid 5, I understand why people don't like the story. I'm with that. I think it's just because the story's not finished and wasn't going to be finished because of Konami. We'll never know. I think that the game is great as a game you play, not necessarily as a story, but as a game you play. Metal Gear Solid 5 is so fucking fun. Yeah. I played like 3 or 4 games of Metal Gear Solid 5 online. I was not a huge fan of it. I didn't really think it worked. That's just my opinion. I mostly liked the open world sandbox and sneaking and stuff. How did I get for $10? I traded in 4 games. I traded in Mud Runner for the Switch. I traded in Forza 7 because that's in Game Pass now. I have Mud Runner on Steam. And Snow Runner on Epic as well. I traded in, fuck, can't remember what the other ones I traded in were. Inertial Drift, because I can get that for free on Steam. They're offering review codes to creators, so if I ever wanna, when I get around to reviewing that game, I can get a code. Or I can just buy it, because it's cheaper on PC than it was on console. I traded in something else, but I can't remember what it was. fingerprints on Ridge Racer and Wipeout. I have played relatively little of both Ridge Racer and Wipeout, because generally, when it comes to racing games, the draw for me has always been the cars. So I play a lot of, like, games that have, like, cars that I would see in real life to drive. So I have not played that much. I've played Wipeout 3, and I've played the Wipeout Vita game, the one that was, like, the launch title, because I got that on launch day. Where's my fucking care package? Hello? Did I just miss something? Did it land on the roof or something? Alright. As far as Ridge Racer, I've played various amounts of the first one, the Ridge Racer 4. I've played 6 and a little bit of 7, and I enjoyed them. I just need some more time with them to have a full opinion. Yeah, we've been talking about game pricing over in Race of Discord with Badger, who's from New Zealand. He's probably gonna pop through here at some point. Knowing him, he's in New Zealand, and we're talking about the PS5 game prices in Brazil. Oh my, fucking New Zealand. Oh my god, it's like 160 New Zealand dollars for Godfall, which is 110 US dollars, twice the price of the game in America. So, and the game isn't even good. Yeah, George, there's a reason. That was kind of like the nail in coffin for making me stay on YouTube for streaming. Capturing the objective. Securing C. Yeah, the Switch version of Hot Pursuit Remastered, I've played it before release through unofficial means, and it is fine. It's a Switch port of Hot Pursuit. It just runs like the original version. The biggest thing, honestly, George, is that I was considering switching because Twitch is nicer to use as a creator. Like, as far as actually using it day to day, but then the actual logistics and monetization on Twitch are just fucking awful, and Amazon is not standing up for the creators, so I decided not to. Not that Google does much better, but it's better than Twitch by a long shot. My biggest thing is I think that Twitch's chat is so much better. And supposedly, I think that, what's it called? There's, like, rumors here and there that streaming regularly on YouTube hurts your video performance. I think that's not the case if you unlist your VODs. Because if you leave your VODs public, it counts as a video premiere. So... or like a video release, rather. Stop! A friend with the modded Switch let me get a crack at it. Agent. An achievement. Hey, multiplayer achievements! I know people hate these. I fucking love them because it means I don't have to spend all of my time trying to get achievements in non game modes I don't actually play day to day. I don't have to play the campaign 3 times. This group. Well, John Wick reload there didn't really work out. Casey does a hecking shoot. Trans girl with a fucking gun, dude. Oh. They put a random date, George? What the fuck? That sounds about Amazon, though. I'm sure it's a bug, though. It doesn't sound like it's something that be intentional. Oh, holy shit, these objectives... I just realized these objectives are, like, right fucking next to each other. This makes a lot of sense as to why we're having so much trouble taking B. It's game runs on a modified Black Ops 3 engine. That's kind of how it's always been. Treyarch has always kind of used their own thing. It's definitely more of a hybrid, because there's a lot of little things that are obviously, like things that were from Modern Warfare's, like, engine. You can see that with, like, the bugs. Like, the campaign, cutscene bugs are very obviously things that are a result of doing it the same way they did in Modern Warfare, which, spoiler alert, did not work. That's for Fleet Fatales. I don't know what that is, but I would like you to DM me and tell me what it is, because it sounds something I'd be interested in. Yeah. Jedi Fallen Order was fun. Scarlet played it. Scarlet has played that game to completion. I have not, but I watched her play the end of it. And, yeah, I think it's interesting. That's cool, George. I don't know if I want to do another speedrun event right now, but I might consider submitting for it. I want to learn another speed game at some point soon. I mean, hell, maybe I'll look at doing some more Outrun speedrunning, but that's just kind of playing the game, unfortunately, so I don't know if they would be about that. Hello? Alright. Thank you, University Internet. Ah, okay, no, I hadn't submitted to that. Well, maybe I'll learn a new game for next year. Or for next time, rather. But yeah, I was not sure about Prestigious. I've not looked that much. I honestly am going into this game mostly blind. I have not looked into much of the pre-release stuff. I played the alpha and beta briefly out of just, like, curiosity, but, like, not much. Yes. I have not been spending that much energy or time. I've made it into play the game twice by being killed, but, you know. I do not need... Muzzle brake is not that important. Speed tape, I don't... This actually sounds useful. What do I unlock? A fucking... No, that looks so stupid. I can never put sights on pistols. It looks so dumb. Have fun cleaning, Scarlet. I am coming to pasta. I'm going to bring you Monster if I can find it. Yeah, that seems to be the case in most of the world. 9 just doesn't... The pricing doesn't make sense around the world, especially on the next-gen versions. What I was hearing from Badger is that, like... From what I understand, the prices are, like, somewhat becoming normalized again. Because, like, every time they raise the price in America, the rest of the world's prices get all screwy for a while, because no one standardizes. So, like... They had just gotten used to the $60 being the norm, which is what Modern Warfare 2 started in 09, because before that, games were $50. Even on PC. They were $40 usually, actually. They were always $10 less on PC. That's not the case anymore, and Modern Warfare 2 is to blame for that. And, now that there's PS5 games where some are $70, some are $60, some are $50, it is way all over the place in Australia and New Zealand. Like, when he showed me, like, their EB Games listings, EB Games is selling Godfall for 160 or 170 New Zealand dollars. They're selling Spider-Man for 110 New Zealand dollars, and this game is like 135, but another game that's also $70 is 140, and then Godfall is $70 in the States, but it's 160 or 70. That makes no fucking sense. It seems like the UK is mostly getting normalized prices, that at least, if they're more expensive, they at least are consistently so. It's really weird that games just, like, even years before they're gonna come out, like, they haven't announced a release date for Final Fantasy 16 yet, but that game has a preliminary price tag of like 140 New Zealand dollars. Wait, the price wasn't unheard of, but it definitely wasn't the norm, and it also wasn't the PC versions were not $60 as well. They were almost always $10 less. Jesus, I hate this fucking map. This is a map in the beta I did not like.
Multiple hostile spy planes detected. Multiple enemy spy plane contacts.
I hope there is a... I hope there is a per-click quick fix in this game. How's Cold War treating me? I'm enjoying it so far. So far. Paying people more does not make inflation worse. I don't want to go into macroeconomics or politics talk, but it does not make inflation worse to a degree where paying people living wages is not a reasonable thing to expect. It makes inflation worse if companies are allowed to abuse the system.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Song requesting spy plane test kit.
Good try.
Hostile.
Ah, shit.
Enemy care package.
How'd I rate it compared to Modern Warfare? It is way too soon for me to make a call like that, but Modern Warfare is going to be hard to dethrone to me. I think Modern Warfare was the best game in the franchise. That's the hard, like a hard... It's a hot take. I understand, but it's my opinion. I think Modern Warfare is the best game in the franchise, so dethroning it is going to be difficult for me. But so far, I'm liking this. This is the best Treyarch game since Black Ops 2, in my opinion. Or the best non-Infinity Ward COD since Black Ops 2.
Hostile artillery targeting active.
I did not like any of the... I did not like Black Ops 3 or 4 or World War 2, so,
Enemy care package above.
yeah, I hope that at some point in the future that there'll be some sort of... I know, the problem is that in international situations, there's no way to stop people from charging more in other countries, because there's no government that has reign over the games industry regardless of their fucking, like, of country. There's nothing that can make them do it, short of just customers not supporting them. Like, it would take Americans boycotting a game over the price in Australia for something like that to change, and that's never gonna happen. So, who knows? It's a problem with no easy solution that I can see.
Stun grenade out.
Enemy spy plane
Field
inbound.
mic running.
Give it to me.
Driving RCXD.
You! Ah, shit. Well. Miami? I think Miami is a little bit too open. I haven't learned it yet. I actually played that map very little in the beta compared to the rest of them, I think. This is the one I played the most of in the beta. I did not like it. Shit. Well, here's the thing. You're in Brazil, is that correct? If you're in Brazil, the government's corrupt. So, they charge the high taxes, but then you don't get the benefits of it. Which isn't why high taxes are imposed, or why they should be imposed. So I'm sorry that your government's in that situation, or that you're in that situation because of your government. I hope that someone at some point gets in there and fixes it, but I can't really speak to global economic change when my own country's in a bit of a unsure position.
Hostile attack helicopter.
Remember when Brazil banned... What game did they ban over favelas? Was it Modern Warfare 2? They've banned multiple games and films, or like protested against the release of games and films because of favelas being the focus of Brazil in the game. Like, I remember, Max Payne 3 was one where, like, the government of Brazil was upset about it. I don't think they banned that one. But, like, bro, if you don't want your people to be upset, if you don't want people to portray your country as mistreating its poor people, as working class, so the rich benefit, then don't mistreat your working class so the rich benefit, and people won't say you do that. It's not that fucking hard. So far, out of all of the maps I've played, I think the desert one is the only one where I have visibility and such issues, because the dunes, there is no way, zero way, that on a controller with a submachine gun at range, I am going to be able to kill a head glitcher on the dunes. That is just absolutely absurdly hard on a controller. So,
Kicking our asses. Fight back, damn it.
that's my biggest complaint about any of the maps in this game so far. Hopefully they will, find some way to adjust the way head glitching works so it's not as strong, but as of right now, like, if I'm using a sniper rifle or maybe, like, an AR with a scope, I can kind of pick them off, but there is no way in hell that using anything with a reflex sight I'm ever going to be able to kill someone on that with a controller. Miami is, like, people are saying it's, I believe, Havana from Black Ops 2. I'm not so sure. I don't remember Havana. I thought it was a Black Ops 1 map. Yeah, I think the Miami... the fucking... Miami synthwave setting is overplayed, and I'm a little sad that they, have made it a thing in this one. Head glitching. Head glitching is, in first-person shooters, because the way that first-person shooters usually worked, particularly before multiplayer games became a thing, was that while your character's third-person model has its gun held where you see you're holding your gun, in reality, you're a floating head, and your camera and your bullets come out of your face. So, head glitching is a term that's used in most shooters for whenever your head is the only part of your body that's visible, your arms and gun are technically behind the cover, but you're still able to see and shoot over the wall like you were fully exposed. So, head glitching is, you'll probably see it next time on the desert map, I'll point it out to you. It's basically just where you're using, only your head is visible, but you're shooting. And that's the same thing, with, Counter-Strike. How does multiplayer compare to other COD generations? I think this, so far, I've only played a couple hours. Let's play at Miami. I've only played a couple hours of this so far, but I am enjoying it. That's what I have to say so far. Why Call of Duty takes so long to download. It is a massive game. This game comes in like 100 and something gigabytes, 150 so gigabytes. So, if you really want to make it download faster, if you only want to play multiplayer, just download multiplayer first. You can go into the, you have to go into the game. Like, once it's ready to launch, you can go into the game and hit, like, the content manager on the main menu. I think it's like clicking down one of the sticks. You can set it to not install campaign and zombies, and it'll install multiplayer first. Multiplayer is only, like, 40 gigs. Yes, ludicrous, but even, like, the bullets still come out, like, the animation of the bullet still comes out of your gun. It's just that the actual origin of the fire is your head. I thought about giving Hitman a go. I love Hitman. I would like to play it on stream sometime. As a Russian, can't understand why someone got brought hurt over Modern Warfare 19's story. It was like their country progress capable to oppose the United States. So, I understand people got upset with Modern Warfare as a story is because they took some factual events from, like, actual history and basically did the American version of whitewashing them, where they're like, they blamed like I forget what it's called, the Highway of Death, that's what it's called, where they blamed Russia for bombing retreating soldiers in the Middle East. I don't remember which actual country that was in, because it's a fictional one in the game. But that was something the Americans did, and they blamed the Russians and made America out to be pure good guys in the game, which wasn't the case for the entirety of the story, but I think it was definitely a little bit to blame that on the Americans in a completely, like, out of context way. Also, all the stuff about, like, not using chemical weapons and not hurting civilians that they do in the, that they talk about in the campaign, you know, cool. Except then you go play multiplayer as the character who vehemently opposes the use of chemical warfare, and you can call in fucking gas strikes and napalm and commit all kinds of war crimes. So it's a little bit that you can now play as Farah. But on the whole, I think the story was good. I just think it was just like, oh, come on, that was a little tone deaf. Yeah, Insurgency Sandstorm is a very good game. I've only played a little bit of it on a free weekend, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. I would like to play more of it. I just did not have the money to buy it when it was on sale. Are spawns absolute shit? They are not as bad as Modern Warfare so far, so... I say that as someone who loves Modern Warfare. Those spawns in that game are absolutely absurdly bad. Zero effort put into them, so... So, yeah, so far not as bad. There have been some funny, stupid ones, but primarily in like a domination, but that's always gonna happen. It might have been my teammates flipping the spawns against me because they're not paying attention. Ah, shit. Like that. The entire team is at A, and now I just got flipped on and they just spawned behind me. Yeah, COD Ghosts respawns were something, man. Woo! Okay, I have a complaint that I do remember now from my first match I played. The grenade physics are... particularly... One moment. Grenade physics on this slope right here? Okay, I didn't do it there, but you can bounce them up by accident and smack them against the top of that door and they'll come right back in your face. And I think they just think the grenades are way too light to actually do that. Grenades are heavy. They're not light like that, so I don't know why people, or why they decided that was gonna be how it is. Fuck that. Nope. Nope. Ooh. Yeah, I think health bars are a very good addition. I think that, like, them adding back the concept of, like, regenerating health from Black Ops 4 was a good move, but I am glad that there are health bars now, so I know how close to death I am instead of just having to guess by how red my screen is. Where'd this bastard go? Yeah, this is honestly, it does not feel like Black Ops 2. It feels more like Black Ops 1, which is a good thing. I like Black Ops 1, and I think the game has been missing, or the series has been missing something like that for a while. It's not early. This game is out. ISO God. I bought this game at GameStop like 4 hours ago. So this is gonna be ours now. The Miami map in this game. So when I say Havana, they literally have rethemed the map Havana. So I know you haven't played it. That's what I'm saying. Is that's why we're calling it Havana. It's literally just like a pretty open map from a previous Black Ops game. But now it's like neon themed and it's got like palm trees and shit. Or more palm trees, I suppose, than Havana did. Hey, buddy. Come on. Aw, shit. But yeah, it's kind of hard to describe because honestly, I don't know the map that well. I don't remember Havana that well either. I was always more of a Infinity Ward game fan than Black Ops, so I don't know it off the back of my hand like that. Yeah, the one with the hotel and outdoor pool. Yeah, that was in the beta. It's one of 3 maps in the beta. There was the one with like the Soviet train station looking shit. There was the one with the there was Miami, and then there was the desert one. Yeah, so the campaign, I've only played the first couple of levels, but it does bring back Frank Woods and Alex Mason, although I don't know how important Mason is, because you play as a created character from the second mission onwards. It's not a given, because they weren't in either of the last 2 games, because 3 didn't have them, and then 4 didn't have a campaign at all, so... Were there more than 3 maps in the beta? Huh.
Enemy care package above.
I don't remember it. I don't remember any other ones. I don't know if they just added them like on different days. I think I only played like 1 day of each beta session. But yeah, no, I like the campaign so far. I'm excited to see where it goes. From what I've heard, there is another mission like the Nazi stronghold mission from World War II where you went undercover, which is what I'm very excited about. So that's actually what made me go out and purchase the game day one. So because I have a video planned around that mission, and I want to see what's going to happen in the new version, a new iteration of it. So, see, saying Black Ops has a cannon is kind of hilarious because of how off the rails it went. Like, I like the near future idea, but man, Black Ops 3 was fucking stupid. I'm not a big fan of the vehicles, but I don't like vehicles in games that aren't Battlefield. I don't think that vehicle gameplay is as fun as boots on the ground combat. I think that the combat, like boots on the ground, gun-to-gun combat, or even if you're flying, like moving around, like Titanfall and Advanced Warfare and shit like that, gunplay to me is what makes a shooter or breaks a shooter. So I have spent so little time with Ground War. I think I've played maybe 5 matches of Ground War since Modern Warfare 19 came out, and I've played similarly little Warzone, more Warzone than Ground War, but less like than multiplayer by a magnitude. So no real opinion yet. Hey, none of that. I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. Ah, there's a RCXD above me. It means there's an enemy over here! Hello, friend. Nice to meet you. Oh, you're above me. Thank God people don't know how to look behind them. The helicopter in here. I play Battlefield. I used to play a lot during like the Battlefield 3 days. The last one I played at launch was Hardline, and I gave up on Hardline pretty quickly, just like everybody else in the world. Oh shit, they're coming. They're going around. Oh, hello. Yeah, I do like Battlefield though, and I would like to play more of the older ones at some point soon. I've not played 5. I installed 5 to give it another shot, or give it a shot rather. Not too long ago, but I ended up playing it, and I ran out of space on my hard drive, so I had to uninstall it. Yeah, zombies is not my thing. I've never liked it. The only time I really ever played a lot of zombies by choice, when friends weren't making me play it with them, because I was over and they're like, hey, let's play Call of Duty, but I want to play zombies. Was like, the World at War Zombies game on the fucking iPod. So that was what I played a lot of in like middle school times. I'm on a fucking kill streak, dude. I'm getting the controller. Oh, hello. I'm getting the controller. Oh, damn it! I literally fucking lagged. So it came out twice. What? What did I say? I don't remember what I said. I was kind of in the zone there a little bit. I might have said something that was stupid.
Multiple enemy spy plane contacts. Losing B.
Yeah, blame the connection. Because that actually was the connection's fault. And I love that when I stream, people can see that. And you don't have to take my word for it. It's actually the connection fucking me over. Look at that grenade bounce, though. That's a little absurd. It's like the grenade weighs nothing. Okay. I am playing on Xbox One X, so not Series X, the One X. So, the middle-of-the-road Xbox option. What was the question? There was something I was gonna say. Yes, there's World at War Zombies on iPod. Oh yeah, one feature of this game that I like a lot and this is something I've wanted for literally years. Frag grenade. You can put the pin back in it and put it away. It's not instantaneous like a Semtex or a Flashbang, but you don't have to throw your frag grenade. So, that's fucking awesome. I've wanted that for years. Like, Modern Warfare 3 was the first time I remember being annoyed about that. Because grenades, you can put the pin back in grenades in real life. Like, they don't go off when you pull the pin. They go off when they hit something hard. How does this play on current generation hardware? No, you've not been able to put the pin back in frags ever, I don't think. Not in Modern Warfare. It might have been in older Black Ops games. I don't think so, though. I always use Semtex or Tomahawks. How does this play on current generation hardware? On a 1X, it's fine. I think that it definitely could run smoother. Because like this game runs native 4K on 1X, I believe. At least it supports 4K, at least checkerboarded, which makes me believe they really could, if they really wanted to, squeeze 1080-60 out of it. I would like a performance mode. I don't know why there isn't one. So, that's a little frustrating. But for the most part, it looks and runs fine. And coming from PC, I think I'm getting used to it. The biggest hurdle is not the performance coming from PC. The biggest hurdle is relearning to play on a controller. I went hard as fuck that game, and my teammates were not there. See that scoreboard. 43 and 19. Where am I? Am I blind? I'm not on the scoreboard. Hello? Do I plan on getting a Series? Yes, I plan on getting a Series X. What I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do, because like normally I'm like, you don't want to take on debt for a fucking game console, but the fucking the Series X All Access is $35 a month for 2 years of Game Pass and a console that you own outright immediately. And, like, that makes more sense to me because you don't spend any more money. After factoring in tax and the Game Pass subscription, you're paying the same as cash just over a long period of time. Yes, there are operators. So, I don't see why you wouldn't want to... Yeah, see, this is another thing with, like, this is absolutely Modern Warfare's engine for the menus. So, yeah, I'm gonna get a Series X on that plan at some point. Also... next gen racing game will probably be Gran Turismo 7, but I don't know. I have no idea what's in store. I will probably buy a PS5 whenever what's it called? GT7 gets a release date. No, this is not the beta. This game is out. It came out today. I bought it at GameStop at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. when I woke up. Vehicle damn, I don't want that.
Hard point. Take the objectives.
So yeah, I would probably buy
Point located.
a PS5 whenever GT7 gets a release date. I was gonna buy a PS5 first, but then after, I don't know, there's like a lot of games that I want to play on console, but I don't want to have to deal with bad performance that 1X is going to have because they just aren't focusing as hard on making things run well on it anymore. Later, Josh. So I would like to like get a Series X first, probably, since I can get it so cheap and not have to front $500 up front for it, which is a tough ask right now for anybody, not just me. And then I can play Cyberpunk on a console, so I don't have to worry about my PC being able to run it. I don't have to worry about having difficulty capturing footage while still playing at a good frame rate. I don't have to worry about really anything besides popping it in and playing it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Series X. It wasn't something I really had on my radar until I really thought about what I want out of a console. And PS5, I prefer PlayStation controllers, but I used to hate the Xbox One controller. I really don't hate it anymore. Now that I got the next generation of controller, I'm happy with it. Also, yes, I'm super with you. Frame rate. Frame rate is way more important. And I don't have a 4K screen in my house yet. I have a 1440p monitor on my desktop. My main TV is a 50-inch 1080p TV I bought like 3 years ago. I don't plan to upgrade for a while, at least not until I've moved into an actual house and have like an office space where, or in like a living room where it makes sense to put these things, and I figured out how I'm gonna wire my like capture software and capture hardware and my streaming setup and everything, my racing wheel. Those are the decisions I'm gonna make when I know what my actual living situation and setup looks like. Right now, I'm just kind of shoved into a corner of my bedroom because I'm in a college apartment. So, frame rate matters more to me because I can utilize that. I can't utilize 4K without a 4K display. Do I consider getting an RTX 3000 series card? Probably. I don't know when. I am not happy with how my 1070 Ti performs on 1440p in most games. However, it's not the worst part of my PC. I think my weakest point in my PC is probably my Ryzen 5. I want a Ryzen 7 so bad for productivity stuff. So I don't know when I'm going to buy a new PC. Probably not for a while because there's consoles coming out and I need to buy a car. So a new car. Not a new car, but a different car. So, you know, it'll happen at some point. Who knows when. You know, I have not looked into AMD's new graphics cards. Generally, I have always strayed into video. I've always stayed in NVIDIA Intel for all of my PCs, always. Even my laptop is in my brand new laptop I bought this year is Intel. But I would not be. I was not opposed to going to Ryzen for CPUs because of productivity. I'm not so sure I'd be open to going to AMD for GPUs though. We'll see. I have to look into it. Mine's a Ryzen 5 2600, which is fine. I feel like my cooling isn't adequate. It does get fucking toasty in here. Hard to sound in my case though, so I'll probably rebuild my computer whenever I've moved and have the money to do so. But other things come first right now.
Throwing stun. Throwing.
Ah, shit. Is that my grenade?
Enemy spy plane inbound. Spy plane MTL 50%.
Better cooler ring to get warmer in the room. Not if the PC if the PC didn't generate as much heat. I think what the problem was, if I keep my door on my computer, then like if I keep the side of the case on, it gets fucking like 80 degrees on my GPU. If I keep it open, it's like 60. So yeah, my room gets hotter without the door on to restrict the heat inside the computer, but it cools by 20 degrees, and that's not normal. I think there's something wrong with my cooling setup. Maybe my fans are in the wrong orientation. I don't think I changed them, but I don't remember. So it's just stuff I have to like. I haven't had like the patience to deal with because fucking troubleshooting PC fans is the worst because the screws are so fucking small and the shit, fucking grenade physics, dude. The screws are so small, the, cables, fan header cables are so tiny. My PC has, I think, 3 fans. I have 1 top, 1 rear, and I think 1 in the front. But I have a case that doesn't have a mesh front. It's like an NZXT H500, H510. So it's got like the solid front with a little vent. How many fans do I have? I guess that's that question. So like, it's not an ideal setup for cooling. I didn't really have an idea that I would be using my computer for so much creative work when I built it. It was built to play games well. But I will say though, out of everything I've done as far as computer setup, having 2 PCs for streaming and capture has been so nice for like Formula 1 stuff. And when I do more PC games, it's really going to be nice. I'm thinking I want to make a video about Modern Warfare 19 as like a years later review, like a 1 year later review, and I would like to do it on PC because that's the version I've played, and I believe it's the best version of the game. So, but yeah, I need to go ahead and get my cooling on my PC set back up. Hi, that's scary. Oh shit! They spawned behind me. I saw the I saw the map at the last fucking second, yo. Something I've not noticed yet is are there like dots on the minimap when you shoot now? Like no. I'm on Xbox One X. I'm not playing on PC. So this is on the the old and nice Xbox. It's not on the Series X, but I'm not on PC either. I was gonna get the game on PC, but GameStop told me they did not sell me they could not sell me the PC version, and I could have gotten like a BattleNet card or something or gotten cash, but there was like a 20% trade-in promotion that where if I got the Xbox version, I could get it for $10 after trade-ins. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do that. I know I can plug in a keyboard and mouse if it really bothers me that much, and it's gonna make capturing footage easier, probably install faster. Also, I have a massive problem with BattleNet connectivity on my campus Wi-Fi, so I think I'm actually kind of better off with the console version from what I've seen so far, because I've not been lagging. I had a couple of spikes, but nowhere near what I do when I play Modern Warfare without a VPN. Like, I literally lag less on a VPN than without one. Oh, as I say that. I love Modern Warfare 19's multiplayer, man. I don't... I get what people are upset about it, but I think it feels great. Yeah, I mean, the cardboard's only 3 years old, so it's not bad, but I think it looks very nice. Modern Warfare is also just a... Both of these games, Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, are very good-looking games. I think the bitrate, from what I can see on the stream, is suffering a little bit. I haven't really gotten... I need to, like, go through and, like, clean all my stream, like, my scenes in OBS, because I know they're a mess, and I'm not sure if I picked the right one. But definitely, a very good-looking game. When I get the next video out, which should be this weekend. It's supposed to be today, but I'll probably spend some time physically cleaning up my apartment, but also cleaning up my setup to make streaming a little bit easier on me and better on my computer.
Throwing stun. EKIA.
Oh! Don't like that! I don't remember having much problems with it on PC when I played in the beta, but I also run Modern Warfare fine, so I don't know if you've had problems with that game. I imagine it's pretty similar in terms of how demanding it is. What I want to know, do flashbangs disable sentries again like they used to? I really hope they do. Fuck. I keep thinking I can sprint through doors, but I can't open doors at all in this version. Oh, Jesus! That was just a lot of things going on in that small area. Something I've noticed is that my PC hates when I use the network while I'm playing games. Because of like something like Discord is one thing that makes it fucking awful when I play Modern Warfare. I don't know why, but it's not consistently so. I think it's something wrong with my connection as a whole, honestly. It is regenerating health like in the older games, which I am glad for. I like that there is a health bar, but I like that it is automatically regenerating. I'll have to fucking press a button to heal. Because the thing about Black Ops 4's health system is that, yes, you had manual healing, but that meant you could heal faster than you could in the regenerating health games, because you could just immediately, like, you got it faster than like, by doing damage or killing people. I think even being damaged at all, you could just get your regen immediately. So it was basically nothing to like, infinitely get damaged and heal, and gunfights took forever. Oh, hello. Low sensitivity, buddy. Fix that. It does not have mounting, which I think is a little unfortunate. I think mounting was one of the better additions to Modern Warfare 19. I would like for the mounting, because there's like areas like on the plane map. There's like a spot where you can crouch and kind of see over a wall on one of the objectives, but you can't mount, so you can't shoot over it. What was I gonna say? Wasn't someone saying about NFS 2021. I have no idea. I have not read any of the news or rumors or leaks. I have no idea what's going on with that. I never want to see a game be bad. So I hope it's good. But I don't know what's gonna come out of it, and neither do any of us. It is faster than Black Ops 4, slower than Modern Warfare 19. It feels like Black Ops 1 to me.
Enemy approaching.
As far as time to kill. My fault. I went and put some water in the freezer so it would be nice and cold for me. I'm out of cold water at my desk. One second. I'm back. Later, Martin. Alright, so what was that? I'll quickly actually go ahead and change class stuff before I... I'll use a different gun. I'm using the MP5 too much. Well, ideal time to kill? I think this is a good balance. As I've said, I really like Modern Warfare's time to kill. I like how fast it is. That kind of just suits my own playstyle, though. I don't really camp. I don't really tend to sit around and do much. I roam, but I don't roam aimlessly. Whenever I sprint around, I'm sprinting around, usually in a set pattern, and predicting spawns and just listening to sounds and stuff like that. So, it suited my playstyle as a roamer really well. Fake guns in this game, I don't know. I think that it's all, like, either realistic guns or based on realistic guns, but, like, you know, not copyrighted. So, like, the XM4 instead of a Colt M4. Or, the M16's here. That's a hot take. I don't think that Heat was bad. I didn't like 2015, but I didn't hate 2015. Aw, shit. I knew it was that close. I think Rivals was a fun game. The only UFC I really hated from that generation was Payback. Mate. Are you having fun? Excuse me. Alright, this is the spot I was talking about. This spot... Oh, you can shoot. Okay, I thought, from logic, looking at where the gun barrel is, that my bullets would be hitting that, but no. That's dumb. But okay. Doesn't make any sense, but it is a video game. We will allow it. Damn it. The XM4 could use some buffs, I think. I don't think it's nearly as usable as the MP5. If I had the MP5 on that guy, I would have killed him. Are the maps compact? So far from what I can tell, there's a pretty good mix of small maps and large maps. They don't feel there's nothing as spread out as, like, Grozna Raid, but, like, the boat map isn't necessarily small. It takes some time to traverse. I don't think it's bad, though. But again, I also really liked all the maps in Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 19 that everybody else hated, so I loved... My favorite map in Modern Warfare 19 is the caves. That's your caves. Everybody else fucking hates that, though, so I don't know if I speak to your... I don't know if I speak to your own tastes, though. The 30 FPS sucked, but didn't kill the game, in my opinion. I don't remember any of the bugs. I do remember that the game was very difficult the longer you stayed out, which I think was nice, because I think that racing games, especially when you play a lot of racing games, tend to really get into this, this what's the word I'm looking for? Like a rut, or like just racing games don't feel like they're as challenging as they should be if you play a lot of them, because they have to be attainable and beatable for people who don't play but 1 or 2 racing games every few years, you know? So, like, Rivals had to be attainable because, yes, it was a Need for Speed game, but you have to consider it's in the same situation Dirt 5 is in right now, where it was the only multi-platform racing game at launch. I think, well, was Drive Club a launch game? If so, then ignore me, but it was like a multi-platform launch game for next gen. So people who went and bought PS4s and people who went and bought an Xbox Ones on day one and walked out with 2 or 3 games probably ended up with a copy of Rivals. So it had to be attainable to those people and have features that would sell to those people, like always online and like the player versus player shit and all that. But like at the same time be a good racing game, and I think that just kind of forced them to make it not necessarily what core fans would have wanted. Oh, you're an enemy! Hello, I thought you were friendly. Okay, so that issue still exists, where you can see friendly dots through walls over enemies' heads. That's a thing that happens in Modern Warfare literally constantly. See, yeah, I do not like only playing, Shipment and Shoot House in Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare and Shipment and Shoot House were great maps, don't get me wrong. Well, Shoot House is a great map, don't get me wrong, I fucking hate Shipment. But, oh, yeah, you're in there, bastard! Thank you. One second. What was I saying? I don't like only playing those maps, though. And I don't know why the community just demands to only play Shoot House and Shipment. Playing the same thing over and over is so fucking boring. I don't know why you would want to do that, because it's not like Counter-Strike where there's enough variety in how the maps are played that you can play it over and over and be happy. Like, I loved when I would get the big maps and like the weird maps in Modern Warfare on a rotation. Like Grozna Raid and Azir Caves. Great. Great maps. Bot? These are not bots now. These are humans. There's a player named Bot. Hi, Tinfoil. Yeah, I get why people played them for the purposes of, like, leveling up, but if that's your only goal for playing the game, go play a game you actually enjoy playing. Like, even if you're... Like, there's nothing wrong with enjoying progressing through games and earning rewards and, like, having something to show for your time. I definitely am like that. But I want to do it in a way that's also intrinsically enjoyable. I don't want to play fucking... Gunrunner, that's the other map I couldn't remember that I loved. Gunrunner is very good. I don't, like, want to play fucking Shipment over and over again. Like, yeah, I may go 105 and like, 85 on Shipment with shotguns or with an MP5 or whatever. Cool. I actually used to, my favorite way to play Shipment was to mount up with the fucking, the Holger, the G36 machine gun. Awesome. Fun gun. Fun way to play. Non-meta gun I got very good at. But, it was just like, why would I want to do this all the time? It's not fun. Also, the spawns on Shipment were just inexcusably shit. You spawn with enemies touching you or touching enemies constantly. Go ahead and time this person out because they're spamming. What level am I? I am level 16. I've only been playing for a couple hours. You know, let's try out the AK. The fuck is everybody?
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Multiplayer games should even have meta guns. So, that's a really complex topic. Because meta... There's no way to ensure that, without making everything literally the same, there is no way to make everything everything either has to be the same or random to have nothing be meta. And even then, there's always going to be a strategy that most people pick because it's easier to execute well or whatever. It's not really possible to build a perfect balanced meta without hurting the game in some way. Meta guns, meta is a term for, like, the most popular and easiest way to play the game. Where, like, you know, when everybody plays in Overwatch, Reinhardt and Orisa, when Double Shield was the meta, it's because Reinhardt and Orisa were the most powerful combination of characters. When the M4 was meta in Modern Warfare, it's because M4 was the best all-around gun that was the easiest for players to pick up and win with. So yeah. I don't think meta is a bad thing as long as it's not so crushing that you have no choice. Like, when Overwatch meta was GOATs, when there was no choice but to either play this meta or this composition or lose, that was shit. However, Modern Warfare 19, once the shotguns got a little bit more reasonable, and once the M4 got nerfed a little bit, I think that the meta was very, very reasonable. I don't know either of these maps. Oh, Satellite's the desert one. Yes, I do. Alright, let's see if we can find another gun to use. Krig 6, let's try it. Trope system. Look at the perks. I haven't looked at the perks yet. That doesn't sound very useful. Oh, I didn't know I could do this. I have not done that yet because I didn't know. Nice. The question about the relay animations, I think they're pretty good. Multiplayer is only 40 gigs, so that's a positive side. I think the entire game is like 160. I think that includes the Warzone stuff as well. I think the 200 includes Warzone, actually. But see, I don't think with longer time to kills, with shorter time to kills, the meta doesn't matter so much. Like, the phrase that gets thrown around a lot with Modern Warfare 2, is if everything is underpowered, nothing is overpowered. And I don't agree with that necessarily. I think that's like a little bit of an oversimplification. Because Modern Warfare 2 had some broken shit. Modern Warfare 2 had the G18, which had no movement penalty for absolutely absurd. I'm going the wrong direction. The absolutely absurd DPS. There's like the noob tubes and danger close was just stupid ways to play the game that should not have been working as well as they did. But there is some truth to fast time to kill, meaning that if everything can kill you relatively quickly, you know, like a real gun, then it's fine. You can have that and have a balanced game if what in Modern Warfare 19, after the meta adjustments were made to nerf shotguns and nerf the M4 and make it so shields weren't literally like you could just run around with a shield and throw a knife. There was nothing I could think of really that was just so absurdly broken that I couldn't counter it with skill and thinking through my gameplay. Using different weapons in that game was a matter of changing how you approached combat, and I think with Call of Duty being such a game that like the everybody, like, including the lowest common denominator plays, a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They just want to sprint mindlessly into the battlefield over and over again and shoot people and die, spawn die, like that meme goes. And that's not something you can do with a low time to kill. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think that Modern Warfare 19's time to kill was a non-issue. I think that the meta was a non-issue once they fixed some of the more glaring issues. And I think that low time to kill is my favorite way to play Call of Duty. That's why I like Modern Warfare 2. That's why I like Black Ops 2, and that is why I like Modern Warfare 19. Jack 12 from Dragon's Breath. What game is that from? Is that from Modern Warfare? I have not played much Modern Warfare since in the last couple of seasons, so I don't know if is that the Jackhammer shotgun? Because yeah, they add some stupid shotguns later on. And also like the fire breath shotgun stuff, that should not be in the game. I don't agree with that, especially because the fastest and the easiest way to get it was to pay for it. So, that was like the only anti-consumer thing about that game that I can remember. But overall, not bad, not horrible. Now, if you want to talk about stupid shotguns in Call of Duty, 725 was dumb. No excusing it. it is nothing compared to the level of broken that was fucking the automatic shotgun. What's it called? I think it might be called the Reaper. No, not the Reaper. It's something like that. They the automatic shotgun in Black Ops 4 that was magazine fed. Not the pump shotgun that everybody used. The other one, the pump shotgun eventually got nerfed a little bit, and it isn't like absolutely ridiculous. But the automatic shotgun in Black Ops 4 is just like, if you encounter someone using it, you are dead. There is no question. Doesn't matter. Not the Brecci. It's called something ominous and edgy. There is just no excuse for how fucking stupid that weapon is. And it's the kind of thing where, like, if I shoot first and hit every shot, I lose. Dual Wield Rangers was stupid. Like I was saying, there's a lot of stupid things in Modern Warfare 2. I can't defend the balance of that game because it was not balanced. But the people who liked the way that Modern Warfare 19 are balanced and say that's similar to Modern Warfare 2 are on the right track. Because Modern Warfare 2 has less broken things. You can't, you know, dual wield. You can't akimbo G18s like you could in fucking Modern Warfare 2. But the general, like, concept of everything being a fast kill, meaning it was somewhat balanced, is the right path. Yeah, the FMG akimbo is another example, although that got way nerfed. That was nowhere near as bad. Also, I'd like to point out something else about Modern Warfare 2. That game received far less post-launch support than it was supposed to. That game was not going to be as broken as it was. The lawsuits and all the departures and the firings at Infinity Ward during that time, those actually hurt the game's roadmap. So the game didn't get updated and patched the way it was supposed to. So that's why G18s remained somewhat broken. That's why one-man army became such a fucking insurmountable thing. Versus, I like how Modern Warfare 19, they've taken steps to, like, make the game more balanced over time. Like, I think one of the key things about it is like they moved quick fix from red to blue. It was like a perk one, a slot 1 perk instead of a slot 2 perk. And I think that, like, being willing to make changes like that does a lot for the game, and I think that continuing to support Modern Warfare, I know Black Ops Cold War is out, and we'll see how that goes. I would hope they continue to support Modern Warfare, because it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good, and the changes they've made only made it better over time for the most part, and I would love to continue playing it. Also, yes, pistols in Modern Warfare, mwah, chef's kiss, so fucking fun. One of my go-to things in Modern Warfare, even in core, hardcore, it was absolutely absurd. But even in core, I would run dual, like I run akimbo Desert Eagles, and I put the scopes on. I put like red dot sights on them just because it was funny. But I run dual Desert Eagles with quick fix and laser sights, and I ran around with them, and I would just fucking shit on people, and it got them so mad. But it wasn't like they couldn't do anything about it, because nobody ever did that to me. I just found a way to move that worked for me, and the fucking quick fix perk made that so viable and fun. And say what you want, the fact that every weapon in that game is viable, there's not a single game in Modern Warfare 19 that I don't think I could use and win a game with. Or win a gunfight with. Now, Warzone is a different story. Yeah, I wanted the Anime X16 so bad. I will admit right now, I did spend money on Modern Warfare 19 anime skins. I thought they were so fucking funny. It's also something more insulting about killing someone with a pink weapon. It's very good. It gets the fragile masculinity of COD boys going. It's the same reason I threaten to suck their dicks. Like, listen, you say fuck you to a random COD boy, he's gonna be like, no, fuck you, he's gonna insult you back. You threaten to suck a random COD boy's dick, he gets a little scared. He's like, man, chill, why are you saying things like that, chill. It's the best way to get back at edgy COD boys. It's very fun. They don't know I'm trans, they don't know I'm a girl. It's straight, they don't know that. I used a lot of snipers in Modern Warfare 19, but I did not quickscope. I played the end like you were supposed to snipe. Definitely not much slower and methodical. Yeah. I have so many messages on Discord. I'll probably call the stream at 6, just because I have something to get to, and since my girlfriend seems to be late to where we're going to too, so I'll go around there at 6:30. So I'll just hang out here a little while longer. Yeah, COD has not changed. I'm actually probably need to turn off voice chat on my controller's batteries are dying because I don't have vibration anymore. I need to turn off voice chat because I've seen some pictures today from the subreddit. There are some very, very bad words that are not filtered. Racial slurs are not filtered again. That's another thing I have a bone to pick with Activision about, is that they don't, like, they speak out against, like, they had that Black Lives Matter loading screen and everything, which is great, except they removed the ability to report people for saying and doing, like, racist or offensive things, like, or, like, spamming swastikas. So, like, I would see people making, like racist comments in the all chat, and they removed the ability to report them for that, which is just absolutely absurd. There's no reason to do that. And they're, like, pretending like they want to make the community better for everybody, and that they're standing with, like, the Black Lives Matter movement, and then they're like, also, you can't report people for calling you the M-word anymore, so, yeah. I'm not with the whole thing of, like, it's just how COD community is. I don't think that people shouldn't be held accountable for being racist. It's not 2008. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom while the next map loads. I'm back. Hello. Yeah, activism was hollow. You are correct. You should, but they might stab you. That's pretty funny. Thank you for that. Like, watch this. If I try to report this person... Oh, wow! Treyarch allows it, which tells me it's probably an Infinity Ward decision. Cool. No, taking away toxicity from COD is not something that's impossible, but also toxicity is not the same thing as blatant racism, sexism, transphobia, homophobia. There's a difference. You can be toxic and trash talk and keep the competitive spirit going like COD always has without being a piece of shit. I don't think Treyarch is better. I've never liked Treyarch games as much as I've liked Infinity Ward games. Treyarch is being better than Infinity Ward in this case, though, so. Jesus. Stop fucking running, pussy! They probably didn't. The game's been out since midnight last night. Oh. Fuck this person go? Where'd they go? Alright. Where the fuck? Alright. No. There the fuck.
Target throwing. Throwing grenade.
Ha, fucker! I don't remember the teaser trailer for this game. I really followed this game very little. I'm excited they went back to the Cold War setting, though, because I think it had a lot more potential than all the fucking sci-fi bullshit they were doing. I think Black Ops 3 being sci-fi was one of the stupidest things they could have done. It wasn't a Black Ops game at that point. I think the whole Cold War setting is something that's kind of underutilized in games. So I'm excited to see what they do with it again, now that it's 2019. And they have the ability to make things a little bit larger scale. They have the ability to be a little bit more daring with things. Because, like, it's not 2010. Doing daring things in video games no longer gets you on Fox News and gets protests and bans put out. It's not that like that anymore. So I'd like to see what they do with it. But at the same time, being edgy for the sake of being edgy is not necessarily a good thing either, like Modern Warfare 2 and 3 did. Oh, sorry, Modern Warfare 3 did. I actually do have some defense of No Russian, but I'll leave that for a video at some point. I also want to think through it more before I say it. Make sure I actually have a fully coherent opinion. Sure, the idea of putting some Black Ops exists at any time, but Black Ops 3 just completely... I have not played the campaign Black Ops 3 beyond the first couple levels, but it's kind of nonsensical. And also the fact that it's like all the the cybernetic enhancements bullshit, and they call it Black Ops 3, but it has nothing to do with either of the previous games, and like the story there was not wrapped up. Like Black Ops 2 didn't end on a cliffhanger, but it definitely left it open for more of Menendez and what was his name? What was the younger kid's name? Mason kid's name? Stuff like that. There's definitely room for more in that series, and I'm hoping it's what we get here, though I don't think this game takes place in the future at all. So it's probably like a Modern Warfare situation where they're going to reboot the whole franchise, or the whole sub-franchise, and yeah, David, thank you. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they do with it. I think it's a very underutilized 9, I want you to translate them with you. What's this one say? This one over the main doors. Tinfoil, I have played like the first mission of the campaign because that's all it was installed. But I've heard that there are some very good downtime missions. It has Cultural Center. Is that a phrase that they would use there, or like, is there actually buildings that would say that on there in Russia, or is it just kind of just like set dressing? I imagine it has to be. So, it is a little contrived. I think like the idea was that they were all speaking English, and like all of the all the terrorists for some reason, they really did not think it through, and you can tell they didn't think it through because like, where the fuck is this person? I stunned someone. Oh, they were behind the dumpster. It was a false flag from the start. They knew who what's his face, Alan was. And if you pay attention in the airport, all of the terrorists are speaking English with an American accent. I think it was kind of lazy the way they executed it, where I think the only one who had a voice actor that was actually speaking English was Makarov. I think the other two characters just used like the Rangers voice actors for it. So that was a little lazy. But I think the idea of false flagging it as an American operation and then killing the American double agent you know is the actual American double agent, if they looked into it, they knew who it would be. I think that's really fascinating. I think it had potential. I'm not saying it was executed perfectly, but I don't think it was irredeemable as most people think. Modern Warfare 3's, however, was just pure shock value. Haha, let's get on Fox News again so that our game sells more copies. Yeah, so, yeah, I think that there was some actual validity to what they were trying to do with No Russian. It's something I'd be interested to see what Racevic thinks about when he talks the whole video, because Racevic is like, we've talked about this recently actually. He's like openly against the idea of No Russian. He thinks that was a stupid idea and just like a publicity stunt. That might be oversimplifying. Don't quote me. I don't say that. Don't put words in his mouth. But that's what I think how he feels about it from what he said to me. I would be interested to see after he like spends time doing Modern Warfare 2 what he thinks about it, because I think it's actually really good. I think that there's something there, and for a 2009 COD game, it wasn't bad, considering that was the second game in this series that did something actually new and interesting. Yeah, I've known Ray for a while now. I messaged him out of the blue last year to ask for some advice about something, and then I joined his Discord, and now we play Formula 1 together. Great guy. Love Ray. With its contrivance, not content. Yeah, that's what I meant, Ludicrous. Not the content with it. I'm just saying he thinks it was a publicity stunt because it was so contrived and didn't serve much. But I don't think it was publicity stunt because of that. I would like to. The bookstore is named Letter. That's pretty funny. No, I think that No Russian, if it wasn't released in 2009, wouldn't be as big of a deal. Like I would think. All public mentions of Ray the bullying. I don't bully people, man. I like Ray.
They destroyed us. Pull us out.
Ray's a nice dude. What was I saying? I think this was released today. Like, Modern Warfare 2 was released today. It wouldn't cause as much of a stir. Yeah, well, sorry. Ray sucks. Let me correct myself. Because, like, this Piccadilly Square mission in Modern Warfare 19, like, that didn't cause an outcry from what I know of. I think it was actually pretty good. Modern Warfare 19 actually did some really cool things to the campaign. It's a shame that they did some whitewashing bullshit that kind of takes away from the rest of it. But, you know, nothing's without any sort of downside. I think that it's overall a net positive game. It's okay. So, the Modern Warfare 19 White Phosphorus stuff, I don't think that, like, that being a theme of the game kind of took away from, like, any potential controversy it could have posed. Where I don't think they were afraid of the White Phosphorus stuff being upsetting, because they were tackling it and they did paint it as bad objectively throughout the entire thing. So, I don't think that was bad. But if it was like 2009, I'm sure it would have gotten similar attention to that they did. Where's the new place? That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny that the Russian is just complete nonsense. You think they would do better, but they definitely have the fucking money. I think they're setting most of Modern Warfare and this game in Russia. Ooh! Okay, I will say one thing about the campaign so far, from the one mission I played, is that the idea of putting it in West Berlin for some of the levels, like the opening level is what I've played so far is in West Berlin. Fucking awesome. West Berlin, awesome setting. Needs to be in more games. If anybody's seen the movie Atomic Blonde, you know why. The movie is so fucking good and so fun. And that West Berlin setting is awesome. Ah, shit. Yeah, both sides there. Verdansk. But it's Russia. But it's Russia / Ukraine. It's vaguely Eastern European. It's Ukraine, actually, because I remember there's, like, all the, like, the Chernobyl swimming pool is there, and, like, the Ferris wheel. So, yeah, it's Ukraine. So, that part of the world, you know what I mean? Where they speak Russian. I'm pretty sure it's the same way with, like, Japanese in games as well. Especially a few years ago. Ah, shit. Ludicrous, I think they wanted to avoid any, controversy or bans the way they have. Like, I think Modern Warfare 2 had Russia bans because of the airport shooting stuff. I think, anonymizing the countries just makes it a little bit more, palatable to international audiences and gives them plausible deniability, when it comes to stuff like the fucking the Highway of Death. Yeah, I'm enjoying Cold War so far. I think the multiplayer feels really nice. Oh, they just cut no Russian? Okay. Or the campaign mostly mirrors Extend, but there's lots of like Verdant stuff in you know, Warzone, because Warzone has a story. That's what's kind of about me, is they're developing a story with Warzone and with like the special ops stuff that nobody plays. It's not any good. I do not know this map well enough yet. The boat one's my favorite map so far. It's because it's really simple. It's just 3 lanes, and I've understood really well. Reminds me of that one in Black Ops 3 with the lake you can swim through. That fucking tear gas or fuck, so close. So did they just cut it outright? They didn't like add a cutscene or mention it or like add more exposition. They just said it was just like a straight cut from the 2 missions like endings and beginnings. That's awful, actually. If you're gonna censor the game, at least make it coherent, you know? Oh, according to Intel. Oh, the games are connected. Interesting. Oh, I remember they were doing like tie-in stuff. I thought that was just for promo. I didn't know they were actually doing connected stuff for the story. Yeah. Also, I'm so tired of Call of Duty sniper missions. Oh, I was a good throw, Casey. That grenade physics, dude. Yeah, that was in the rest of the world. In Russia, I think it was a straight up cut. So that's what they're saying. Also, every COD game has had like the explicit content warning. I don't know what it actually changes besides gore, if anything. I love that they actually took a stance on not letting you kill the civilians and shit, and like the non-combatants in Modern Warfare 19, for the most part, like the clean house mission where they don't let you kill the child, which thank fuck, because people would do it and think it was hilarious if they could. Stalin branded cigarettes. Was it translated properly, Dimitri? Hey, bastard!
Taking B.
Now, I haven't played too much attention to the reload animations yet, but I do like, I do like the, sound of the MP5 reload. It sounds real crunchy. Modern Warfare 19's sound design was fantastic, so I'm glad they're kind of keeping it going here. I like that in this game the field mic is more useful than like the field camera in Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1's field camera was fucking useless. Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Hostile attack helicopter inbound.
Care package available for tasking.
Shit. We will probably get anime guns in this game. And I am fine with that. I welcome it, actually. Because you know what? Those anime guns, as stupid as they may be, kept all of the microtransaction bullshit of the previous games out. And they kept their promise about not adding fucking dance animations and, like, wild-ass character models. in Modern Warfare, because they had all that shit in Black Ops 4, and it looks so stupid, and it takes me right out of the fucking experience every time to think, man, this is stupid. Not 80s anime guns. Oh, that actually sounds sick. I would actually love that if it was like fucking. What's that one that Man, I can't remember the name of that one like horror movie, like body horror movie, not Akira, like the. I want to say it's like, it's not Night City, it's something like that.
Enemies destroyed your field mic.
But yeah, Modern Warfare 19 had a bunch of guns that were skinned with anime girls on them, and like they were called the kawaii packs, and they were all pink. No, they were anime-esque, like the pink paint with like Japanese characters and like kawaii anime girl characters on them. They weren't that bad. They were just kind of pink guns with, and sometimes they had like pink tracers, which, you know what? Overall, harmless. It's not like it can't be ignored for the sake of like it's not like you can't ignore them if you just want to play the game. A hint of etchy, yeah. It's dumb, but you know what? I thought it was funny. It wasn't absurd like it was in Black Ops 4, and it kept the game free to play, kept all of the new maps free to play, and stopped it from being a pay-to-win nightmare like older games were, so I am super okay with that. It's no different than, like, the fucking gun camos and CSGO, which I'm, again, super cool with. It also wasn't all anime shit. That was just the one that we're using as an example because it's the one that like people think of as it was the most popular gun skins. People bought those the most. I mean, shit, I bought them.
Dropped her.
Taking Alpha.
If I'm gonna play a game for 500 hours, I don't mind spending some money on cosmetics as long as it keeps the content free. I bought the battle pass and bought I think I bought like one cosmetic in Apex Legends over it.
Mission goals accomplished. Kettle zone, come on home.
The best weapon so far is undeniably the MP5, and I think that's actually something people are saying it needs to be nerfed. It's overpowered like it was in Modern Warfare. Sure, Lucas, but there were a lot of unrealistic guns in Modern Warfare. Hey, bring on the furry skins, I'd buy them. Okay, I think one more game. Hello, Anaheim, California. What's up, Technique? G11. I'd be super cool with the G11 being in this game. I think I was on a fucking loading screen. Jesus. I don't like that it doesn't return me. Like, there's not a sound when you return back to the menu like in Modern Warfare. Sorry. Is there FAMAS? I'm not sure. I will look. Yeah, FFAR1 looks like a FAMAS to me. We got sound suppressor. Did I really not get anything else? Alright. Oh, it's only level 2 still. I thought I leveled it up again. Game are we playing? Hardpoint? Oh, yeah.
Capture the objective. Hardpoint located.
Yeah, I didn't play this one in the beta. I never got to play it. I only played like the last night of the beta, I think. I can't remember. No, it wasn't last night. They extended it. I put it the day before.
Throwing stun.
fucking. See here, sound suppressors they help. I have literally just equipped my first sound suppressor that I've unlocked, and I am going to let you know. I believe shooting does put you on the radar like in older games, so it's probably gonna help in that regard. Alright, there's a sniper up there, and I don't know how to deal with him. Oh, thank you.
Hardpoint identified.
Whoa, hello! Ah, shit. See, I don't think legacy weapon section makes as much sense in this game, given that it's not futuristic. I think that just having them as in the game as weapons is fine. I don't know what that was. It's like he slid backwards.
Throwing stun.
Hardpoint locked down. Testing hardpoint.
Ah, shit, I had that guy on 1. He fucking moonwalked, dude.
Throwing stun.
Ah, I stunned myself full on.
Deploying trophy.
Thanks for wasting your bullets on my trophy system so you didn't shoot me, buddy. Pro gamer moves.
Enemy deleted.
Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint lost.
Throwing frag grenade.
Missed that grenade, fuck.
Hardpoint is secure.
It feels a little weird because you can't climb as much shit as you can in Modern Warfare. It doesn't feel like you can. I mean, we just don't know what I can climb on yet. This is lead by the Google moderation team. What the fuck did you say, mate?
Spy plane available for tasking.
Ooh. Grandpa Wiggles. I don't like that name. I'm not gonna lie.
Requesting spy plane above.
Spy plane in the turn. Eyes on. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Combat ball.
Shit. Interesting. Does the game have ballistic knife and tri-bolt? It does have crossbows.
Hardpoint locked down.
I don't know if there are ballistic knives. Yeah, the Snoop Dogg voice back was fucking great.
Deploying trophy.
Oh, Jesus, it's right there. It's set in, I believe it's moves between the 60s and 80s. But 80s mostly. They've been known to, like, time jump, but I believe one of the things that happens, like, the second mission I did not play was, set in the 60s. I believe it's a flashback. Like, it's a flashback to 68, I believe. Vietnam.
Hardpoint lost. Enemy spy plane inbound.
System has been destroyed.
We have lost the lead.
Throwing trophy.
Ah, fuck, man. Right, yeah, so the main story is set in the 80s, but I believe it has flashbacks.
Enemy spy plane.
Yeah, so I've not played the entire story yet, so I don't know what happens, but from the first mission, I was like, why is there a nuclear bomb at a fire base in Vietnam? That doesn't seem plausible. But then again, the first mission of the game sees a literal fucking airplane land on Alex Mason. He gets like nothing happened. So, it's COD being up to their normal bullshit of nonsensical plot shit. Oh, napalm. Don't mind if I war crime.
Stun grenade out. Enemy deleted.
It's not a spoiler, dude. It's literally like the stuff about it. The stuff about the airplane following him is literally the first mission. It's in the trailer. It's like not a story point. It's literally just like a Call of Duty cutscene. Ronald Reagan character bundle. Okay, y'all, fuck Ronald Reagan. Fuck Ronald Reagan and his dead ass. But I would love to play as Ronald Reagan in this game as a multiplayer character model. That would be fucking hilarious, and I would pay dollars for it.
Throwing frag grenade.
Yeah, frickin', it seems like a lot of people are coming here and thinking I'm playing the beta or I got early access. The game is out. It came out this morning. Everybody's like really surprised that I'm playing it. So I think you must have thought this release was next week or something. Hello? Reagan was definitely a charismatic dude. I think that makes it kind of like how evil he was worse. Listening to evil politicians speak when they're actually good politicians, like good at being politicians, good at being charismatic, and like are likable human beings, but are actually awful people, that kind of hurts because it's really easy to see yourself agreeing with them just because they are good at making you agree with them. It's how politicians work. So it kind of sucks that to say that Reagan was a charismatic dude, but he was, even if he was a garbage human. Hey, don't throw things at me. I don't like that.
Throwing trophy.
It's a decoy trophy system.
Grenade out.
Remember in Modern Warfare 19 whenever you put a trace system down, it would destroy your own grenades? Oh! Hello?
TACCOM, give me a spy plane.
I do miss one-hit knifing. I really do. I know why they changed it, but... Aww. They read me like a goddamn fiddle. Aw, come on, man. You can be a good man and a politician, but being a silver-tongued liar and a politician are often, correlating traits. Bernie's a good man. Not a very good politician. Just he isn't charismatic enough.
Incoming frag grenade.
I disagree. This is actually one of the smoothest Call of Duty launch experiences I've ever had. I had some bugs on my first level of campaign, but after that, it's been completely smooth and fine for me. Thanks for the kind words, Furcon. Have a nice one. I disagree, Stone. I feel like this game feels pretty damn good. Your name is Bernie and you had to do a double take. I have not done actual zombies. I'm not a fan of zombies, so I don't really play the mode ever. But I have played Dead Ops. I played Dead Ops, and it was like the arcade mode with the top-down shooting stuff. It was interesting to say the least. I don't know. I did not expect that to be in the game. I've never played any of them, but yeah, I can do one more game, then I gotta go. It doesn't push them, maybe, but I think it looks decent, man. I honestly... Yeah, these games definitely are very different styles, Stone. Like, this game's time to kill is way higher, so you can't rely on just mechanical skill as much as you have to think about it a little bit more. Because I can kind of get away with stupid shit I shouldn't get away with in Modern Warfare just because I am fast enough to do so. I'd say mostly, Stone, it's day one. Give yourself a chance to learn the maps well, and learn the guns, learn what works for you, and maybe adjust your playstyle a little bit, because if you're used to Modern Warfare, you're not going to play this as well. If I play this like I'm going to play Modern Warfare, which is just not really possible, because the way the maps are just so much more... I don't know the maps for one thing, but also they're much more traditional. I don't know. It'll take its time.
Team deathmatch. It's just another day in the office, gentlemen.
I think this game looks great.
Throwing stun.
Ah! That's one thing. I don't like how fucking hard it is to kill people on the dunes on this map. That's my only real complaint about any of the maps thus far. I don't like Moscow. I don't like that map, but it's not bad. It's just don't like it. But this one is a good map with a serious flaw, and that's the dunes being so easy to head glitch on. Basically impossible to hit long-range shots on with anything other than a sniper rifle. Fucking... And the grenades. The grenade... They weigh nothing. Oh. Ah, me too. Probably should turn Team Deathmatch off. It's boring. I've played so much of it over the years. Proper start on YouTube and find any tips for you. Focus on one type of content, like one format, starting out. Take your time, make stuff that you want to make, not stuff that you think will do well. Put your whole ass into it. Don't half-ass anything. Take your time. Because here's one thing. When you start out with YouTube, when you get more popular, keeping up your consistency is important. When you're starting out, your consistency does not matter. Your video is not going to get views at first. That's never going to happen. You're never just going to pop up and immediately be famous unless you're like a Dank Pods or like a regular Cars where you just get posted somewhere and you blow up. It's going to take time. So take your time, make stuff that you want to make, and take your time to make it great. And then that content can sit there, and it can marinate, and one day it'll pop up on the fucking suggestion feed for everybody in the world, and then you'll have a subscriber base, and then you take things seriously as far as being consistent. Like, I had no idea last year that I was just suddenly gonna get 2 million views in 1 month, or 1 million views in 1 month in December. Because I had gotten nothing, basically, before that. Yeah, it is a very long process, believe me. It can be very tiring to edit sometimes. I love editing, but it's very tiring sometimes. So it's definitely a lot of effort, but it's worth it. I find it really fulfilling and fun. Streaming is fun, but it's not the same type of content. You can't make the same type of content. like thinking through what I'm gonna say. So,
TACOM.
yeah.
Spy plane eyes above.
If you want to talk more about that, for sure, join the Discord and I can talk to you about it and give you some tips. Yeah, the World at War Final Fronts video, the Undercover PS2 video, and the Counter-Strike 360 video all popped up on recommended feeds around the same week, and that was insane. Oh, I killed that turret, so that was a. I think the turrets do not have nearly as much HP in this game.
Stun grenade out.
Care package available for
Contact down.
That slick triple kill. Fuck. See, I want to get the stim so I can get away with shit like that, but then there's no, then I don't have stuns, and stuns seem to be very useful for the corners on this map. Especially now that I don't know where people sit as well.
Multiple hostile spy planes detected.
Oh no! Combat bow! I'm blind! Double blind! Thank you. I'm gonna go hide somewhere. I don't like how much chaos is going on in this cave.
Combat bow. Running silent.
This AC-130 is scaring the fuck out of me. The title is very vaguely familiar, but I'm not sure why. No! I have not gotten to use my bow yet. Please don't fucking kill me! Now they're behind me. Someone's on here.
We've got 'em on the ropes. Push your advantage.
Waypoint hunting with combat bow.
Took entirely too long. Damn it. I got pistoled. Do you have to have the server size HD for video editing? No, because non-linear editors, they have preview files and they do take some space, but they don't render it full size. They render it like at a fourth or an eighth of the size, or sometimes half, depending on how high you set it. And I cache that. So yeah, no, you don't need, unless you're working with like 4K video all the time or working with a lot of footage, then no. Gameplay footage can take a lot of space, but unless you're capturing a lot, like if you're capturing one game for review, my footage takes, depending on what I'm recording, what resolution, and through what means, between 50 gigs and 200 gigs for a review of a game. I have a 10 terabyte hard drive just for footage. Shadowplay is larger. It's like 5 gigs for, it's like a gig and a half for 5 minutes. I know the game capture HD when you get higher bit rates gets really big file sizes, although OBS is smaller. So you can definitely get away with having like a normal human-sized hard drive. You don't need a fucking ridiculous bullshit.
Your way to exfil.
잘하는군. That's the win. Stun grenade out. Contact down.
Anyways, I'm gonna have to call this now, unfortunately, because I do have to go to a friend's house for dinner. Not unfortunately, I'm excited to do that, but I'm excited. I haven't been enjoying streaming. It's a shorter stream, I know, but hopefully we'll do more of this soon. Oh, it seems actually we might be pushing our plans back a little further, so maybe I'll play one more. I'm actually playing one more because apparently our plans are pushed back a couple more minutes. So we're waiting up for dinner, and Cass is being late, so I'll also be a little bit late. It's okay. No, I shouldn't. I should go get ready. Nah, I can't do it. I shouldn't do it. It's that new game hype, man. I just get in that one more game, old style COD loop of wanting to continue playing, even though I really shouldn't. I'll definitely stream more of it though. I'm having fun with it. It's not a bad game at all. Yeah. So let me see what you guys were saying over the last couple minutes. It was a challenging little cartoon racing game. Based strange cheesy plots. Fun game. I've definitely heard of it recently, but I don't know where. But yeah. Yeah, y'all have fun. Take it easy. Be safe. Drink water. Wear a mask. Take it easy.